Hello and welcome to Fly Nubian Queen TV. I'm Steffanie Rivers, aka Auntie. Come on in, kings and queens, while you get settled in. I hope all of you are staying safe during this social distancing, trying to keep everything in order. Um, Going out on dates and stuff, that's not considered to be social distancing. So make sure you're staying safe. I am in Lubbock, Texas tonight, and so just wanted to come with you. Hopefully, you're not out at the movies. You're not at the club. Hopefully, you're not even maybe watching TV, but you're just reflecting on what's going on in the world today. And so I always want to come to you and before you with a thought for the day. And my thought for today is essentially never waste a good crisis. Never waste a good crisis because there's always something to learn in a crisis. How to never let it happen again, how you can avoid it, what did you get out of it, so that, just because it is a crisis doesn't mean it's not something that you can't learn from. And it's not something that you should be fearful of. So never waste a good crisis. So hopefully you see my T-shirt, Melanin Masterpiece. Be sure to go and get yours at shopfnq.com. FNQ, Fly Nubian Queen. Shopfnq.com and text Queens to 31196. Queens to 31196 so you can get notified of new videos every time we post them. And as we get into this, go ahead and get your fingers and thumbs ready to hit that like button and share this video. Last week, or so far in the past 2 weeks, 10 million people have applied for unemployment in the last 2 weeks in the United States because they've lost their W-2 income. And they've lost their W-2 income. You might be one of those people. Let me know as you come into the chat where you're coming from and if you lost your job or if you're still working. A lot of people, those 10 million who've applied for unemployment, they lost their jobs because the company they work for was mandated to cease operation because they want for everyone across the country to practice social distancing so we could try to fight this coronavirus, COVID-19 virus. And so all but about 5 or 6 states have passed the stay-at-home, whatever they call it, the stay-at-home mandate. So that's why a lot of people have been told to not go to work because their jobs are considered to be non-essential. So non-essential jobs, you got to stay at home. You lost your job. Children, hundreds of school districts have been closed and children are at home. So if you're a parent and your child has been mandated to stay home because they closed down the schools, now you got the issue of child care that you have to deal with. So children can't go to school. They've told churches don't hold church service. You can't go to work. But have you noticed that the liquor stores are still open? I'm an Uber driver, and most of the pickups that I get are from the liquor store and the grocery store. So liquor stores are still open. Have you noticed in your state? Let me know down here in the chat have you noticed, or maybe you might be going to the marijuana dispensary, because those have been considered to be essential businesses. The weed store is still open, liquor store is still open, and I live in Texas. The gun range is open. I have a license to carry. You need to get one too. And I go to this gun range around the corner, and they emailed me and said, we've been mandated to close. This is when everybody was closing up shop. And so, and I thought, okay, well, that makes sense. Y'all are being closed, been mandated to close. But apparently the National Rifle Association. They petition Homeland Security Homeland Security. They are over gun ranges across the country. Petition them and ask them to open back up the gun range. So they did, because apparently somebody thinks being able to shoot guns at the gun range is an essential business. So you ain't got no money, because if you had a non-essential job, those have been closed down for 2 weeks. So you probably just got your last paycheck. So you don't have any money, but you got plenty of money to go to the liquor store and to go to the weed store and now to shoot guns. So you ain't got no money, but you're sitting around eating and smoking weed and shooting guns. Something that makes 0 sense, people. 0 cents. Put in the chat, 0 cents does that make. That's why it's hard for people like me, and maybe you might feel this way too, to really follow every rule and look at every guideline that they're putting out, telling you what to do and what not to do, because some of the stuff that they're saying, it is not making any sense. How can liquor stores and weed stores and the gun range be essential, but my kids can't go to school, I can't go to church, and I can't go to work? Really? That makes 0 sense. So that's why it's important to own your own business, basically, or to learn something from this. Don't let a crisis come and you don't learn something from it. What I've learned is you got to have multiple streams of income, because when they decide that your business is non-essential, they're going to shut you down. I am a flight attendant, and there was maybe like 5 people on the whole flight. And since all this kicked off a couple of weeks ago, we've had the diminished passenger load on every flight. So, the airline industry is really hurting. So, who knows what's going to happen. But since you just got your last check, a lot of you, and you might ask, well, why are we still open? Because somebody in the government said the airline industry is an essential transportation. And I'm not trying to dispute that, and as long as they stay open, I'm going to be there and I'm going to fly. Not because I think that I am immune to the coronavirus, but because I do take precautions. Like I said in a previous video, I always wash my hands and I've practiced good hygiene. So, and I have a strong immune system, and I work out and I take vitamins, and I've been doing that for the past 20 years. So nothing that's just going to come up on me right now is really going to make a difference to me, because I've been taking care of myself. So that's beside the point. We're talking about you right now. So a lot of you are waiting for it, or you just got your last check from your job. So now y'all fiending over this stimulus check that the government is supposed to be sending your way. That stimulus check, the one you looking for in the daylight with a flashlight, the one you keep checking your bank account for, because if you look on your social media platforms, you see all the people talking about how they need the money. I need to pay my rent. I need to pay my mortgage. My car note is due. My baby need diapers. They got all these reasons, legitimately so, all these reasons why they need a stimulus check. Now, before I get into the lesson to be learned from that, let me just say it is supposed to be a $1,200 check. And if you made under $75,000 a year based on your previous tax returns, and if you turned in your tax return already for 2020, based on that one, if you made under 75,000 adjusted gross income, then you get that $1,200. If you're single, if you're a couple, then you get $2,400. And then if you have children, you get $500 per child. If you make over $100,000 as a single person, you will not be getting a check, because they say you're doing better than most, and so you don't need that help. And some other people who might not be getting a check, if you owe child support, if you retired, or if they claim you're not paying into the system. But I mean, basically everybody's paying taxes. So, that's another thing. People are coming up with their own reasons. The government officials are coming up with their own reasons why some people can get the $1,200 and some people are not going to get the $1,200, even though they will hunt you down for that damn tax money. They will hunt you down. So since they hunt you down to take the taxes, why don't they just hunt you down and give you your money? But anyway, so a lot of people are claiming, why they need the money. And, I'm not going to turn down the money when they send mine. But what I am saying is this: certain people look down on others when they get a WIC check or when they get government assistance. Certain people over here look down on people who get that food stamp card, ETB card. They look down on you when you get that. When you get any type of government assistance, they think less of you. But now look who's needing that stimulus check. Well, newsflash, people, government assistance by any other name is still what? Government assistance. Government assistance by any other name is still government assistance. So we need to stop looking at and looking down on people who might be less fortunate than us, or might be in a situation where they now have to receive government assistance. Because sure, that stimulus check is tax money that you paid into the system and now they're giving it back to you. But that's what all government assistance is. It's somebody paid into the system and now they're getting back out of the system that support that they need at that time. And so you might have had a job that paid you $100,000 or $75,000 or $25,000, but now we all in the same boat. Some of us we're in a position where we did not work an essential job based off of the Wizard of Oz definition of what government assistance is. And now we all are in a position where we're wishing that we would have had another stream of income or multiple streams of income. So if you don't learn anything else from this crisis, because our thought is never let a good crisis go to waste. If you have not learned anything from this crisis other than wash your nasty ass hands when you come out of the bathroom and before you eat, and quit touching your face and stuff and sneezing and stuff, and don't cover your mouth. Hopefully you learned that a long time ago when you were in Chai to a June bug. But if you didn't learn it then, hopefully you learned it now. In addition to learning that you need multiple streams of income, because when they want to shut you down for whatever reason, they can shut you down. You need to think, what can I do that people are going to always need? Probably real estate. Somebody's always going to have to need somewhere to live. So as long as you have some place where you can charge people for rent, because now as it stands, even though I think I told you I'm an Uber driver, that's considered as an essential business because they're saying people need to get around. Well, they might even say Uber driving is no longer essential, and they might tell us we can't pick up nobody anymore. So I'm gonna, and if you own an apartment or a house, I know some people used to do Airbnb. Well, now if it's not your relative or something, or maybe you still can do Airbnb, you just have to have them stay somewhere else. But I know some states are not even allowing people to rent their homes on Airbnb these days, and people were making bank on that. So you just have to be able to roll with the punches, because people are always, in a crisis, things change, and you just don't want your money to completely stop when things change. So Mama got 3, 4, 5 irons in the fire, because I'm ready and I'm blessed. I will say that I have I'm in a position where if I miss a couple of paychecks, my bills will still get paid. Thank God that I plan for that. I got people in my life who teach me some things. And so I will say that I've learned a lot by listening to Dr. Boyce Watkins and his commentary and his blogs and his information on being financially literate. And so, I learned a lot from other places as well, but I will say he's one of the people who I look at frequently, dealing with money and financing. And so you want to not just take time out to look and listen, but you want to apply. One of my good friends said, she said, knowledge is power, right? And everybody said, right. She said, wrong. Applied knowledge is power. So you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't apply it to your situation, you might as well not even have read the book, okay? Because it's not doing you any good. So with that, I just want to remind you to hit that thumbs up button, and hit the like button, and leave me a comment and let me know what you thought about this. But most of all, never let a good crisis go to waste. And that's it from Auntie Steffanie. So we'll see you next time on Fly Nubian Queen TV.